No, but I did this. That's why I got 3.
All right.
Yeah, we're also going to
Because they're not, you did the job, so it's gone.
I did.
No, you have to do this as a it's no fair. If you do -7, it's like somebody made this negative. That's the only thing. 3 minus 4 is
Because I'm on the
-1 plus 3. -1 plus 3 is 2.
She didn't class there.
You want to hear me
though? Oh, yeah, boy.
Now you got front row seat, D.
Alright. Stay there.
Oh, that's right. All right, guys, here we go. All right, guys. Here we go, guys. Here we go. So what were the 2 rules I told you for a problem like this? What do you do in this case exactly and why? What did you do? So remember what this one rule was, if they're the same sign, you add them and put the sign back on. Because there are several physical examples you can think of. If I owe somebody $12, I owe somebody else $15. Overall, I owe $27. I wish it would be less debt, but you know, wishes don't work that way for us or more people.
So you add them.
So you'd say exactly. So on the side work, you can do 12 plus 15 is 27. But what sign do I put on it? Negative. Because negative 12 is already negative, and then if I subtract 15, I'm going to get even more negative. Alright. So on this one is the exact other rule. There's only 2 rules to remember for this kind of problem.
Yeah.
If they're opposite signs, you subtract. 34 minus 15 is? 19.
Negative 19.
And then the bigger one is negative, so the answer is negative 19. So I have no problem at all with this kind of side work. In fact, I'd like to see it.
Yes.
And then you just put the actual correct sign on it at the end. I like it. Let me stop there for a second. I see some pensive looks. How are we doing out there?
You're subtracting because 34 is the bigger.
I'm subtracting because they're different signs. If they're different signs, they're acting against each other.
Okay, what if the different sign was like this? What if it was 15 negative?
Yeah, okay.
Plus 34.
So if I had negative 15 plus 34,
Yeah.
they're still different signs, right?
Yeah.
So I'd still do 34 minus 15 is 19. Which one's bigger? The positive one, so the answer will be positive 19.
Right.
Kick ass. I like it.
Well, you got
I like it. And I mean, if you don't quite understand why the rule works, if I owe somebody $34 and they were like, don't worry about 15 of that, I'm going to forgive $15 worth of that debt. Well, now I owe them $19. That's why subtraction, I'm subtracting debt. When they're different signs, they act against each other. There's less of one of them. There's a lot of ways to look at this. All right. I know some of you guys are like, my calculator does that, man. All right. Calculator goes to the next class. What do I do first here? Part C.
4 minus
8, but you're going to go on.
Yeah, I got to do inside the absolute values, because absolute values are just a straight version of parentheses, right?
Negative
4 minus 8 is negative 4, and what's the absolute value of negative 4?
4.
4! Okay.
4 away from 0. 4 spaces.
So absolute value. Absolute value is all about distance. So watch this. Some of you guys might get this. Hello. When I have a subtraction problem and absolute value problem, it's really saying how far apart are 4 and 8? How far apart are 4 and 8? 4. Right, there's the answer. So what's the absolute value of, what you got, Jeff? 3 minus 17. Well, how far apart are 3 and 17?
14.
14 is the answer. Bam, done. Yeah, because absolute value means distance. So whatever I'm subtracting, the answer is going to be what's the distance between them. Now, I'm not saying do it this way. You can do the inside. 3 minus 17 is negative 14. And what's the absolute value of negative 14? 14. But, I mean, that's the physical interpretation. It's telling you how far apart those two things are. All right, maybe. What? All right. So don't forget, absolute values are where in order operations? The same place as parentheses. I love it. Be careful. Absolute values are the same place as parentheses. So they're actually like way at the top. So you do inside them first. And what are you going to do inside there first?
3 squared, which is 9.
Good. 3 minus 9. I like it.
6 minus 6.
Okay, let me catch up.
Sorry.
What's 3 minus 9?
Negative 6.
Okay. Let me stop there for a second. Why would these two negatives not cancel? Because I haven't finished this yet.
Right.
What is the? So I got 2 minus. And what's the absolute value of negative 6? 6. I like that reaction. How are we doing out there? You guys alright? Okay. And I just did that one for you. I couldn't stop myself. 2 minus 6 is definitely negative 4.
I know, but
Number 2.
I'm getting there. I'm not there yet. Alright guys. So when you're multiplying and dividing, what is it about negatives that happens? If there's 2 negatives, what are they going to do? They're going to cancel. If there's 3 negatives,
They say
2 of them hit each other.
and one stays.
2 of them kill each other.
Oh, so.
there you go. It's an odd number.
Don't yell.
She wasn't yelling.
I know.
That's why it keeps the negative.
You guys with me? Everybody? Sort of? Yes? No? Let me know if it's a no.
I need help.
Alright, wait, guys. Alright.
Sorry, we're in a very heated debate.
So negative 1 times negative 2, what would that be?
Positive.
Alright, now let's start there. So that's positive. So what is negative 1 times negative 2 times negative 1?
Negative 2.
Yeah.
Now let's work it out and then I'll show you the shortcut. So negative 1 times negative 2, like we just said, is 2. And I still got to do times negative 1. So see how those 2 negatives killed each other, and that negative's like just waiting.
You see it?
2 times negative 1, negative 2. So when there are, guys, thank you, please. Oh, we can't. All right. Negative times negative times negative. There's 3 negatives. 2 will kill each other. 1's left. If I had 77 negatives, 76 of them would kill each other,
And one would stay.
and 1 would still be. So if there's an odd number of negatives, the answer will be negative. In a multiplication division problem, right? That's what we're talking about right now.
Correct.
If there's an even number, they'll all pair up and kill each other. They're all gone. Okay, so that actually applies more to part F. But this one, these 2 negatives, how can I rewrite this? Negative 12 over. So what happens to the negatives? They cancel. There's 2 of them, so they're paired, they kill each other. I know it's horrible. National Geographic of Algebra. So 12 divided by 3 is? That's crazy. Okay. How do you check yourself on a division problem? What's 4 times negative 3?
12.
No. Negative 12. There you go. I noticed. All right.
Why?
Say again.
Why? You did that 4 times negative 3.
Yeah. What's 4 times 3?
4 times 3 is 12, yeah.
4 times negative 3. Is there anything there to kill that negative?
No.
So it's still there?
So it keeps being negative. Okay.
I like it. And 4, now think about it. At the root of this, what does 4 times 3 mean? It means 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, right? That's what it means.
Right.
And 3 plus 3 is 12. What does 4 negative 3 mean? It means negative 3 plus negative 3 plus negative 3 plus negative 3. They're all negative, so the answer is going to be negative. That's another way to think about it. I don't know if that helped or hurt there. I don't know. But the more direct way is there is no other negative to kill him, so he's still there. What if 4 negative 3's add to be? Negative 12. That's really, really what's going on. How are we doing there, Zach? Alright, so if there is no other negative and you have a negative in your problem, it's not going to die. It's still alive. Laughing at you. So this one, will there be a negative left alive?
No.
Those 2 negatives cancel. Those 2 negatives cancel. Now I can just focus on the numbers, right?
You just did it differently. Don't look at me like that.
Yes. So what's 1 times 3 and 4 times 1 times 2?
24.
Yeah, 3 times 4 is 12 times 2, 24. This is all multiplication, right? So the ones don't really do anything. I like it. Alright, and then we have this guy. This is my, big ass order operations with absolute values in there. So please, dear God, what's the very last thing you're going to do? Continuously remind yourself of that fact as you're doing this problem, because your brain wants to make that 3. And I don't blame your brain, because 5 minus 2 is 3, and it sees 5 minus 2. But I see 5 minus I don't know yet.
Yeah.
Some a weird math guy. So 5 minus twice, what's in there now?
2 minus 16.
Good, 2 minus 16. I like it. 5 minus twice.
Negative.
Good, 2 minus 16 is negative 14. So I'm working inside my straight parentheses. Right. And then I get 5 minus... Now this is times, right?
Yeah.
So you better not put plus 14 in there. What's the absolute value of negative 14? 14. So now it's just normal parentheses, because the absolute value did its job. They don't have to still be there. But why do I need parentheses? So it's still multiplication.
Yeah.
I like it. Let me just stop there. Let you guys absorb that.
And go.
All right.
2 times 14.
Now what do you do next? Yeah.
2 times 14.
You do this part as it comes. Twice 14 is 28. 28 divided by 7 is 4. 5 minus 4 is...
Uno.
Sweet.
Wasn't that bad?
Come on.
I did that too.
Do it tomorrow. Yes, ma'am.
I did the factoring 7 times 2.
Actually, 2.
I see.
I can write to the
2
same
for 1.
Yes, I see. Because your 7's canceled, right? Okay. You're good. You're good. All right. All right, guys.
So 5 minus...
Cuatro más.
This is...
Is that how you said? I know.
That's close. 4
more.
Oh. Brownie.
Cuatro más. 4 more. Okay. So now I take evaluate. A very good question. Evaluate is 2 things. Evaluate means plug in the values and then simplify. That's what evaluate means. So first I got to plug in the values. So what do I put inside the absolute value?
Negative 3.
That's great. Minus twice
Times 2.
2, because B is 2.
Yeah.
Plus 3 times what squared?
Negative 1.
Negative 1. All right, let me let that sink in.
Oh, okay, I messed up. I already know I messed up. Feels good, yeah.
All right, cool. I like it. Some of you guys are celebrating. Some of you guys are like, oh shit, will I ever get this?
Yeah.
But what you gotta do for me to help yourself out is identify exactly what it was that you did wrong, if you did something wrong, And if you don't understand why it's wrong, then that's when you ask the question. If you understand why it's wrong, remind yourself not to do that, right?
Wait, that's
Number 2. Alright, so what do I do now with this? I like it. So that's sort of this guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the absolute value of negative 3? 3. That's crazy. What's 2 times 2?
4.
And what do I do over here?
See, this is where I got confused. Why would you not do the power first?
Of course.
Okay, and that 1 times 1 is 1, positive 1.
Yeah, negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1.
Okay.
Times 3
is 3. Oh, I'm a genius. I love it. Really? Just because I got it right, I was having a mental battle, sorry.
You're so modest, too. Alright. That's the most modest guy in this room.
No, I'm dumb.
I'm sorry.
Here comes anything else.
Alright, you ready? Is everybody cool with that?
Yeah.
Alright. So what's negative 1 squared?
Positive 1.
Positive 1. And then what's 3 times 1? Because negative 1 squared is 1. And then 3 times 1 is 3. Now what's 3 minus 4?
Negative 1.
And what's negative 1 plus 3?
2.
2. Because negative 1 plus 3 is another way to say 3 minus 1. I like it. In my cookie. Alright. Okay. It's always an adventure. Okay. We're almost there, man. We're almost there. Is that still going?
Yes, that is it. Yeah.
Okay. Alright guys, what's happening over there? So let's see what's happening right here. Yeah, so here, I'm going to subtract 2. So now the whole problem is, what's that? Hey guys, hey guys.
You said that it is 11. Negative.
Yes,
Oh, sorry guys.
It is
We're still stuck on this last one.
Number 2?
Yeah.
Well, we just want to know, if the 2 was on the inside of the parentheses, would it still be the same answer?
Which 2?
The exponent. The exponent.
Oh.
Because I have to, and I wrote the
So if you had
exponent
blah blah
inside.
blah like this, I'm sorry, blah 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 like this, right?
Right.
Yes. See,
That is completely different.
see, I screwed up. So I was
Because
writing
that, and that's not what was supposed to be done, but if this was the problem, that is 1 squared with a negative sign on it. Well, what's 1 squared?
1.
Now put a negative sign on it. See the difference between these two.
Alright. So it wouldn't be
And
positive.
I understand that this is where, guys, this is where people kind of give up because you don't take that effort to see those are different things. Those are. Right? Those are different. So, of course, math is going to possibly do them differently. Here, I square, and then I do the negative. Here, I square negative.
Both of them.
So here, the negative cancels, and I get 1. Here, square 1, I get 1 with a negative 1.
Oh, okay.
Okay, good. The more you know. So what's negative 9 minus 2? Negative 11. I like it.
Plus 8.
Positive from the both sides.
Do what? Do what?
Positive.
Plus 8.
Plus 8. Plus 8.
So m equals, what's negative 20 plus 8? Okay? So if you have a negative number and you add, you're going to become less negative. If you have a negative number and subtract, you're going to become more negative. There's a lot of ways to look at this stuff. And then finally, uno más. What do you do here? Now here's where people get confused. You cannot subtract that directly because you can't take 65 away from 27. You can't. So what you do is you apply, that's why the rules exist. What do I do since they're opposite signs? Subtract. When they're opposite sides, what sign is the 27? What sign is the 65? Alright, so they're different signs. You subtract. So what's 65 minus 27? 38.
Carry the sign.
And the sign is supposed to be negative. That is side work. I'm not going to count it wrong. That's beautiful. That's side work. Just make sure the answer has the right sign. Alright. So, we do have one new thing to talk about, and then we're done for the day. Alright?
For real skis?
For real skis. Not fake skis. Real snow skis. Alright. Can somebody turn the lights back on for me? Thank you. Just trial and error. Yeah, okay. Make them all go that way. Yeah. Go on. There we go. Yay. Alright.
We're going to stop ourselves.
So, make sure that people at home can see what's happening. That was exciting? Okay.
I know, real bad.
So guys, alright, let's start off nice. What do you do there? Why? Why do you subtract? Because the operation right now is addition, and the opposite of that is I know I'm making a huge deal out of that. But what you do is, as you go further in math, you learn more and more operations. Every time you learn an operation like addition, subtraction, not like you learn more and more operations. You learn like trig functions and stuff. You always have to know the opposite of that so you can solve the equation. Whatever it is currently happening, I'm going to apply the opposite. So you subtract 4, so x is... So, like I said earlier, if the operation I've got is this, yeah, because currently the operation is multiplication. So how do I kill the thing I don't want? I have to divide by it. Addition, how do I kill the thing I don't want? I have to subtract it. So I'm going to do what to both sides? 7. I like that. Alright. How are we doing? Is that... I mean, the idea doesn't care what the operation is. The idea is, whatever the operation is, do the opposite to kill it. Kill it with fire. So, no? Alright. So if I had this, make that wrong. Ooh. Why is my variable not by itself? Because it's being divided by something. So what do I do? Multiply by that thing. Not 6. Yeah, I'm going to multiply by negative 6. Let me let that sink in. How are we doing? The m is not by itself because that stupid negative 6 is dividing. How do I kill the negative 6? I multiply by it. I do the opposite operation because what happens here? So I get m equals
whatever that is.
You got us close there. Alright, good. See, if I would have multiplied by 6, would that negative have canceled? Shit! I wouldn't have had m by itself. It would have been m over negative 1. The negative would have still been there. I got to kill the whole damn thing that's there. Maybe. Sweet.
What?
I said sweet. Sweet? Keep looking at me like, what is that word? Alright. I think that's it, really. That's section 3.5 throws that in, but you see how it's the same idea. It shouldn't even be its own section, but they just do it. Whatever the operation is, You do the opposite to kill it. So that's all I had for today. So next time I'll have the quizzes graded, I'll have the answer key for that practice test. Cool.